Why cloud platform? What is the value behind replatforming? Why should you keep your core clean? And where does SAP Business Technology Platform come into picture? Let's look into this. Let's say you're an SAP customer running all your standard business processes on-premise in SAP ERP Central Component. At the same time, you've built custom processes on top of SAP NetWeaver, the underlying technology platform you're using for SAP ECC. With all your standard and custom processes together, you've added a certain level of complexity to the core. Fast forward to a few years later. You undergo a transformation to make the move to the successor of SAP ERP, SAP S/4HANA, to take advantage of more business processes as part of its standard deployment. Here you can see that your custom processes are now part of the standard offering covered by SAP S/4HANA. But when we look at the remaining custom processes, we realize there could be process gaps or the need for custom development. So the reason we have an issue is that all of these processes are maintained in one core. Therefore, if you try to run an upgrade sometime in the future, things would not run smoothly, take longer, and be more expensive. This is why we need to keep the core clean. In other words, we must keep the standard processes in SAP S/4HANA and build the major custom processes outside the suite on SAP BTP. The bottom line is, a clean core can make your business future-proof, as you can perform faster deployments with smooth upgrades, and that allows you to innovate at market speed. The real challenge, however, is that you don't just have one or two custom applications. In reality, the excess of custom code you've ended up with reflects the many unique business requirements that you had to cover over the years or even decades, resulting in thousands of technical Z and customer namespace objects. Some of this code will have to be redesigned to cover new requirements. Other code should be replaced with new solutions, while some code has lost its relevance altogether. This is where the advisory and execution services for intelligent custom code management, the offering from SAP Services and Support, comes in. To understand this approach, let's again start with the scenario where you, as an on-premise customer, are using SAP ECC, which has all of your custom and standard code. Let's say you would like to initiate the move to SAP S/4HANA and need to analyze that code first. Normally, we would take the metadata of this code and move it to SAP BTP to determine any dependencies. What is new with the Intelligent Custom Code Management services is we create reference clusters that are enhanced with certain data from our ABAP test cockpit. That means we can look at how often the data is used, what the database pattern looks like, and whether enrichments or modifications were made to the data. On the basis of this, a report from the SAP Analytics Cloud solution recommends which code we should retire. So in this example, you can see this applies to code with no dependencies and no or low usage. Remediate. This applies to lines of code that you would want to retain as is, so that is without making any changes. Or redesign. This is the part of the code you might want to rethink and redesign. In addition to detailed information, the report gives you recommendations for potential standard applications matched to your business processes. After this technical analysis has been completed, you have the option of proceeding with a functional design that analyzes identified gaps as well as your standard processes. So, where do the Intelligent Custom Code Management services fit into a typical Clean Core journey? And what comes after? The foundation of this journey is set out in our SAP BTP adoption class, which helps you gain the necessary understanding of the platform. After this enablement service is completed, you have the option of attending the hands-on SAP BTP application development and automation workshop. The journey then continues with the Intelligent Custom Code Management services, which provide insights to help you make well-informed decisions about what custom applications to build on SAP BTP. Finally, the replatforming service for SAP BTP helps you quickly build those custom applications. Here are your 3 key takeaways. By cleaning the core, you make it more secure and reduce the time, effort, and cost involved in performing upgrades. You get the opportunity to innovate and automate, making your business processes run faster and more efficiently. And you can do all this by following a step-by-step approach that gives you tangible outcomes every step of the way.